Hello everybody and welcome to another toy review. Today, thanks to the guys over at Sir Toys, I'm taking a look at the Celestial Warriors box set. This is the 2016 release now. Celestial Warriors is kind of like Power Rangers, I guess. It's made back in 2010. It's kind of an odd setup. It's about Dark Emperors and King Dipper. Guy makes god beasts, and he has 6 warriors: the Killing Warrior, the Dragon Warrior, the White Tiger Warrior, the Basalt Warrior, the Rosefinch, yes, a Rosefinch, that's a bird, and the Eagle Warrior, and he gives the powers to 6 children. It's very much like Power Rangers, and when we get this guy out of the box, you'll see he has more than a striking resemblance to the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Megazord. Just taking a look at the back of the box, it just shows us which Zords form what. I had to kind of Google what a Killen was. It's kind of like a horned unicorn dragon. And a basalt is actually a stone, but it kind of comes across as a tortoise, an armoured tortoise. Yes! Opening up the box, everything's displayed in a very nice clear plastic window. He really does bear a striking resemblance to a certain Mighty Morphin Megazord, doesn't he? Now I actually have this guy, and I also have his bootleg counterpart. Yes, they've actually bootlegged him already. There's a KO available of him. Both I got from Sir Toys. I will include a link to both in the description here below. Let's just bring in the KO as well. Yeah. I've kept the bootleg with the Tiger Warrior on the opposite leg, so we can tell the difference, but I guess this guy's a little bit heavier. I couldn't really tell the difference, to be honest with you. He came in a box set. He came loose. That was about it. I guess there's a little bit more heft to him, but this guy certainly has a fair few flaws, and the bootleg has exactly those same flaws. Let's take a closer look. Right, let's get up close and personal with him. Something's not right, is it? My biggest gripe is the fact he doesn't look directly at you. The head does not come far enough forward. He looks up, kind of this way a bit. Head is not perfectly flat. It should move sideways as well, but I really don't want to push that. I think it's going to snap if I push that. You kind of get hindered here. It moves forward, but it stops too soon, which is a bit of a bummer. I mean, it's not a bad head sculpt. It's pretty nice, I guess. It's very Megazordy, isn't it? There's no shadow of it out there. He does have this really nice wingspan going on. He has the Basalt Warrior thing on the back here, which is definitely like a snap turtle or something, and he has these really big cannons on the shoulders when he's flying in. He has a very nice sword. The sword is actually very nice. That's enough to make any Megazord jealous. Now the sword does separate, it slides out, but these parts are used for the transformation between Zord and Megazord. It's a nice kind of sword, but the paint applications, considering it's a box set, are not really wowing me. As far as articulation goes, it's pretty standard as what you'd expect from a Megazord. The head, like I said, should move left and right, maybe. It nods. The shoulders can come forwards on a nice ratchet there. They can come up. They are hindered incredibly by this section here. Nothing really moves outwards. There's no upper bicep swivel. We have a bend at the elbow. That's it. That's as far as it bends. You can rotate this section round. You've got some cannons there. Coming down to the hands, they do swivel in and out, and the fingers can open and close, allowing us to slide the sword into the hand. The waist does not rotate. The legs can come this far forward, but unfortunately don't want to stay up. There's very little outwards motion as well. You get some foot articulation, I guess. There's not a lot there. You can get a fairly decent stance on it, but there's no tilt or anything. He's very brick-like. We can move his wings. They can move up and down. They can kind of spread, and these shoulder sections can come in and out on hinges, but he's very, very limited. Now his bootleg counterpart actually holds a pose slightly better. The legs do seem to lock into place a little bit better, but not a great deal. I mean, it's literally tit for tat. It's almost identical. You just lost some of that weight in the joints, but it still doesn't really hold up. Now to separate him up, it's pretty much, again, identical to what we would get with a standard Megazord. The leg ports unplug on both sides. Untab this chest section from either side. You see how easy that came off? That's not a good thing. Untab the shell section. Untab both of these sections from the guns. Now these gun tabs are extremely tight. Getting those out is a right pain in the backside, but you really do have to give them a very strong tug. And we can just disengage this chest section by lifting these sections up, and then just untabbing like so. Starting off with the Killen, we can just move this chest section down. Easiest way I found to do that is to actually pull down on the head, and that allows us to get in there. Nothing really tabs in very well. It's not tight. I don't really like how they've done it. It feels cheap, I guess. I mean, when you get something that's done from the likes of Audley with their giant saber toys, and then you get something like this, there's a huge difference. This really does set I don't know, set it back a bit, because the giant saber stuff is very professional, and these just feel so much cheaper in hand. I'm not impressed. You can then bring the chest section back up and tab that in. Bring these front legs down like so, and down like so, extending the feet accordingly. And then you bring these back hind legs down, and then bring the tail back, and there's a tab at the back there that's going to allow the tail to tab inwards. And there we go. We can just open up the jaw, and there we have him. Come to the underside, pull this section down. It's actually hinged to the bottom here, and again, it's something that's tabbed in ridiculously tight, and because it's cheap plastic. Not milk bottle plastic, but you can tell it's a lot cheaper than the likes of the Power Rangers, etc. That section can come down. You can then lift the bird head up, and we can bring this section back up again. Like so, I mean, just bring the wings in. They're going to tab in on this slot on the side here. And there's this tab here that's going to peg in, and I mean, it is a very tight fit. Really have to kind of work the joints in, and that's our bird. Come around to the tortoisey looking thing. You want to bring these hands around. To do so, you want to bring this section round. That's on a nice ratchet. That's nice. Close the fingers off and push the foot round so it pops out of the bottom like so. That's going to fold up, and there's tabs underneath here which allows this to clip into place. Give it a forcible push until it clicks. The feet are going to face downwards like so, and this section here is going to come up and over. You can then bring in your head, which as you can see is highly detailed, and that's going to slide in here, and that's going to tab in either side with a little bit of luck, because it doesn't really line up perfectly. And there we go. It's actually not that bad. And then as a final touch, we can just remove the sword sections here, and this section actually slides down, kind of just sits in there like that, holding on with a whim and a prayer. Nah, not really convinced. Let's take these swords and finish off the tiger. We can bring the legs down, Bring that down. Tiger's actually one of my favourite because it's actually really nice, smooth joints. And it actually almost passes as a regular Megazord. It's actually quite nice. The tail can come out like so, and then we can bring these swords in. The blade is meant to face upwards like so we can bring that in like that. And bring that one in like so. And there we go, there is the Tiger. See, I quite like that. That's actually really nice. He looks like a proper Megazord. And last but not least, we have a dragon. This is actually, again, pretty nice. I think I just prefer the legs there. Just remind me much more of what we got with the original Megazords. It's nice. It actually feels pretty secure. Nice paint detailing on that. Nice jaw there with some teeth going on. We've got a nice arch to the back as well. The section can extend, and it gives us, it's a bit flippy floppy, but that's a pretty nice looking Zord. And here's the team together. Now, you do have to forgive me for keep calling these Zords. I know they're not Zords, they're godly beasts. But, you know, I've been brought up with Power Rangers and the Megazords, and these are Megazords to me. I would have liked it if this was the same size as the original. Now, I had an original a few years back. I think I actually gave it to the Mighty Thew for one of his knockoff beatdowns. But he was made of a very milk bottle-ish plastic, and he was the same size as a standard Megazord. This is a more manageable size, I guess, but it's obviously not compatible with our current Zord line. It stands approximately 8.5 inches tall in his Megazord mode, and I don't know, it's nice, but it's not wow, in my opinion. I have the bootleg here, and I struggle to tell the differences between them. Paint apps are pretty much identical. Maybe it's a little duller, and there's definitely a weight difference, but if you're getting this just to display on your shelf, then I'd go with the bootleg. It's pretty much identical, and you are going to save yourself some money. I mean, personally, I'm happy that I bought both, because I'm going to have the bootleg displayed in this mode, and I'm going to have this official version displayed in his combined form, and I've got my fingers crossed that we're going to get their kind of Dragon Zord in this scale as well, because combined up it does look nice, and I think I really like these unique Chinese figures like this and the Giant Saver and the Robo Revolution, because it's something we don't get here in the western part of the world. And I like them. I like how unique they are. I like how they stick with mythical creatures and things from their culture. And that's good. And these are designed for children to play with. And they're not going to snap in half. They're not by any means made to a collector's grade standard. But they're fun toys. And they look okay-ish. They're going to do me. I'm happy with my purchase. They're not amazing. They are flawed to the nines. But that being said, they are still awesome Celestial Warriors. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this video useful. If you have, feel free to give it a big thumbs up, share and subscribe if you want either of these. I've included the link to both of them in the description below. And until next time, from myself and the Celestial Warriors, a goodbye.